some big ones left.
Let's go some big suckers. I'll grab 2 of them off you if I can, man.
He just took the massive one.
Isn't that big? Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Nice size. Yes. Catch and cook. Oh, big balls. So, tonight we're going to do some more lobster. Because we know you all like lobster, and look how big these are. Okay? They're 1.2 kilos. To give you an idea of my hand, we can eat the leg, we can eat the horns, we can eat everything in here. They're very big. So, how's that? Okay. Very nice. Like little giants. Oh. And he just flicked straight in my eye. Also, we'll be having some Drew wine. So the Drew wines, they're a Tasmanian product. And this one is 2018. Check that out. So just up a bit, doll. 2018 Tasmanian wine. It's a blend of wines. So it's a blend of everything they've got in the vineyard. Okay, so they've Cab, Merlot, Shiraz, Pignon, everything. I'm wondering what this is going to taste like. This is very expensive, and boy does it smell good. That smells amazing. So, wow. It's like a wine that I've never tasted before. Like I said, it's a blend. It's got like, what's it got? 1, 2, 3, 4 different flavors in it. That is amazing. That's gonna go down well tonight with this crayfish. So, and we've got some Tasmanian scallops to go with it. First thing we've got to do though is we've got to drown these little suckers. So, and they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that at all. Alright, so we're gonna put a lid over the top. As soon as we put the fresh water in, they're gonna start kicking. They're gonna kick. Alright. So the scallops, we might just do some chili and some garlic with those on the side. I hope you got that on camera. That was so cool, darling. Did you get that? That was awesome. Go on again. As you can see, they do not like dying. Okay, so this is the most peaceful way that you can kill them. The other way is the Americans do them on ice, but honestly, this is the peaceful way. So we might just hold a tea towel there just so it doesn't splash my arm again, and keep crack-a-lacking. Okay. They do not like the fresh water. So the fresh water will drown them. And then when they get in the pot, they're not going to kick at us. And these suckers are too big to do on the stove. So what we're going to do is, I'll crank up the barbecue, the gas on the barbecue. We need gas for these guys. They're just a little bit too big. We're going to cut them in half and show you how it's going to go. So we'll be back with you soon. You want another quick sneak peek? You can have a sneak peek. Quick, it's going to kick. Quick, it's going to kick. Back with you soon, guys. So, in the meantime, we've just been preparing what we need. Ashmore's, the butter, that's from Tasmania. And we've done 1 chili. Makes a difference, you know, 1 chili, 2 chili. So we're not putting this chili in. We cut up 1 chili to give you an idea. Lots of garlic. Lots of garlic. So garlic, chili, garlic, chili, and the butter is going to be for the scallops. And the 1/2 cup of sugar here, that's for the crayfish or lobster. And the 2 tablespoons of salt, that's also for the lobster. our water has come to a boil, and we're doing that outside on the gas like we spoke about. In the meantime, we've just been preparing for a salad and chopping up the garlic, a chili. So this is 1 chili, this is 2 chili. So 1 chili is what we rate the food at. So if it's 1 chili rating, we're just going to put 1 chili in it. If it was 2 chili, we'd chop that other chili up. We just put that there to show you. So, as I said, the water's boiling out in the barbecue. So I've got half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. We can literally just put that in now and stir it in. So mind your hand when you do that though. Okay, so we've just added half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. Alright, now I stir that in. Right, bring that back to the boil and go grab our lobster. Right, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do 1 or 2 at a time. So again, I was going to say break his horn, but his horn is very, very hard to break without gloves on. And I know I'm going to stab myself and then I'll be bleeding all night. So, let's go 1 at a time. 1 in the pot. Okay, and here's 1.2 kilos, so we're going to time him for 12 minutes. So, grab our phone and we put him on for 12 minutes, which my wife will do because I've got no idea how to do that. In the meantime, we'll do a salad and finish off the scallops. So put it on for 11 minutes though. It's almost been 45 seconds. Put it on for 11 minutes though by the time we get it out. So as you can see, the fresh water drowns them. So he's not kicking anymore. So it's probably the most pleasant way to go. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I would like to drown. I'll keep doing the salad, yeah? And we'll be back with you in 2 minutes. Once again, like we say, we support Tasmania. This is Ashgrove's Farmhouse Butter. So this is really, really nice butter. What we're going to do is we're going to use this for the scallops. So we're going to do scallops in butter with some garlic and some chili. Now, we've only done 1 chili. If you like it really hot, you do more chili. We'll do chili scallops for you later. So we just really want some butter to go in with the scallops, right? So you don't want too much, all right? Maybe that's enough. Okay, you gotta be a little bit careful there. You're gonna overdo it, and also the butter is just gonna burn. So a lot of people will just go olive oil. So olive oil and the garlic and the chili, but to be honest with you, the butter's gonna make it a whole lot better taste. So if we just do a bit of a salad while we're waiting, alright, a bit of red. We'll do more green. A little bit of yellow. So obviously every vegetable has a different colour and a different taste, and what we're after is the presentation. We're after the colour. We're definitely after the colour, the look and the presentation, so that we can show you what it might look like in a restaurant. So restauranti. I lost one. Tomato. Alright. Use that up. Okay, so we've better check on our lobster. And yeah, I was joking about that last piece of tomato. I think we can sacrifice him. We use a bit of cucumber instead on this side, yes? Okay, so let's go check on our lobster. Crayfish. Well, that's boiling away there. And there's not much we can do. If we lift the lid up, it will stop the boil. And the only reason we would turn it down here is because if it was boiling over. So that's actually going really good. So our preparation now is all about our scallops. So we clean the kitchen up a little bit and get this thing cranking. So our scallops are going to be cooked very, very quickly and very, very hot. So say if we've got out of 10, we'll probably go for say 9. Actually, honestly, let's go 8 because realistically what's going to happen is that butter's going to burn before the scallops cook. Alright, so and we're going to have to try and do them pretty much all at once. There is a good 2 handfuls there, 2 handfuls of scallops. So we're going to try and cook them all at once. So let's go 8 out of 10. So why is this not working for me? It's a touch button. I love a gas stove, and the house we're building up the back is definitely going to have gas. Is that correct, Dal? Yes. Thank you, Dal. So while we're waiting, let's have a look at this lobster. So he's a male, so he's only got the little flippers, right? So no eggs. He's missing a claw. I think our last video, one was missing a claw too. And you can see where they eat in here. So this is his mouth right in here, my fingers. And these are his horns. Obviously you can see his eyes. Now in these horns there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of meat in here. There's a lot of meat up through here, and there's a lot of meat in these legs. Now, as I've told you before, in all our other videos, Tasmanian lobster, right, is the same as New Zealand lobster. It's extremely sought after. We fly these to Japan and China. They're worth a lot of money. These two, to give you an idea, that was $193, darling, or $93. $193 for 2 lobster. That's it. That's all you get for $193. These are big suckers. I mean, you can see, if you can see my elbow, you'll be able to see how big he is. So from my elbow, like you can see how big he is. You want to stand back. He's actually, I think he might be still alive. He just moved. So we're not just going to rip the tail off and eat in. We're going to eat the whole thing. The whole thing. Okay, keep drowning, Nicola, keep drowning. The scallops, these are a Tasmanian scallop, right? This is a Tasmanian child. This is a Tasmanian child. If you're not sure, you can tell by the long hair, and you can always tell by they carry a shoe polisher, right? This is also a Tasmanian child. Can be mistaken sometimes by a caveman. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Okay, those children can sometimes be mistaken as cavemen. Okay, they're like little Flintstones. So that's the way we bring them up down here in Tasmania, rough and tough. As you can see, these Tasmanians back to the food. Yes, the Tasmanian scallops have got the roll on them still. We like that part. We actually like that. That's actually nice. This is nice. So a lot of people will cut that off. They'll pull that off like such. But that's actually delicious. That's really nice. It's a lot of flavour in there. Very flavoursome. Restauranty. You don't pull that off. These are probably not the best scallops that I've ever got, but you can see here, I mean, that's kind of a good example of what a scallop should look like. Yes? And let's keep crack-a-lacking.
Daddy,
Say.
can I say how?
Can Zaid help?
Yes.
Well, I'm almost done cooking. I'm gonna move this knife, away from Zaid. You can help me to the timer. How about that? Gonna do Daddy's timer? So,
Yes.
is that 9 seconds to go? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, 1. Let's go get the lobster. Quick, let's get him. Let's get him. You ready to get him?
Yes.
Okay, let's go get him. Daddy might get the big tongers.
Yes.
Yeah? How about that? We grab one, put the other one in, yeah?
Yes.
Do you reckon we can do it all in one?
Yes.
Okay. Be careful, hati hati. So, one out, one in. And Dylan, we're gonna put the timer in a second, my love. So be careful he doesn't kick at you still. Alright, so no matter, even if we drown them, you still be careful that they don't kick at you because that's boiling hot water. That's just gonna kick straight at you or at the children. So with this one here, alright, he is definitely cooked. Come on guys. Let's go hang him over here. Now, this is cold water. We just drown him in the cold water. Alright. So we're going to cool him off under the cold water. Okay. So you can also just put him straight in the fridge. So you can also just put him straight in the fridge, but we can also cool him off under cold water. He or she, this is a he. So a lot of times you don't get the females because they've always got eggs. So majority of the time they've always got eggs. Did you set the timer, darling? Okay, we have 10 minutes to go for the next one. Did we check he's all good? Yep, boiling away there. So we put half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt, and that will do for a couple of crays. So a couple of crays or a couple of lobsters. Sorry, I do it this way. A couple of crays or a couple of lobsters. I don't mean to be rude there. So we can do 1 or we can do 2 in one pot with half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt, and then we should change the water and change the sugar, change the salt. You want cheese?
Yes.
Oh my God, you would like to cut up cheese?
Yes.
Okay, let's get some cheese, honey. Okay, so now he's there. We're submerging him in the cold water, right, to cool him down so he doesn't stop cooking. He doesn't keep cooking. My bad. Doesn't keep cooking. And then we're just gonna hang him over the sink, right? So this is gonna be a cold seafood dish with warm scallops. Yes? And I think our son just put his hand in the chili, so we might wash his hand off. Did you just put your hand in the chili?
Yes.
I know. That was kind of funny though, wasn't it? We'll be back within, say, a couple of minutes, maybe 9 minutes, I think we've got out there. And it doesn't take long to cool them. And it's actually 8 minutes and 17 seconds we've got to go. It doesn't take long to cool them. The crayfish is going to be served cold, and that will have a sauce with it. And the scallops will be served with the crayfish warm. So we could do the scallops as an entree, or we could do the scallops with it. We're going to do it with it and show you how it's done. See you soon. So we have about 20 seconds to go on that lobster. So we've got this lobster done already. What we'll do with him is we'll just pop him over to here, and we might as well get this one running already. Okay, so 20 seconds. This pan's getting nice and warm. That's going to be ready in about 1 second. So, we dig him out of there. And voila. So, might want to get rid of a bit of juices because that's just going to be boiling hot. And we're going to take him in and cool him off as well. Put the lid on there. So like always, turn the barbecue off, at the gas. Never at switches. Switches last. Always gas first. And we can run him under the cold water so he stops cooking. So the idea is to cook it perfect, like absolutely perfect. So let him go back in the cool water, or you can just hold it there and run it under the cool water. Right, then you'll be able to put your hand on it, right? So that is looking pretty good to me. Alright, so maybe a little bit of another dunk. And then we'll be with you in 2 seconds because we've got the kids crying out for us. Okay, there's 2 ways you can cut these lobsters open. You can cut them with a big chopping knife, or you can cut them with your normal knife. But you're going to have to make sure you've got a sharp blade. So we can do it with that one. Oh, we can do it with the chopper header off the thing. Right. Either way, rinse them off and just seal. Right, because we do not want any metal in the crayfish or lobster. So when I'm going like that, I know that there's a couple of layers of tea towel there. So be careful. Don't do that like that. 1 layer of tea towel. Don't do that like that. It's going to go straight through because if your knife's sharp, it will hurt. So we can use this one, or we can use this one, right? What we're going to do is we're going to cut our crayfish. So for now, that pan was really warm. I put that on about 4 or 5 minutes ago, and I've just turned it down to 3. That pan's very hot. These scallops aren't going to take long at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these crayfish open first, and then wash them out, pop them on the plate, and do the scallops last, because the scallops are going to take like all of 30 seconds to maybe 2 minutes, somewhere between that. Alright, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Alright. Doesn't matter which end you go first. Now this is the crucial part, right? Is to try and get halfway down. So unless you're serving someone up a whole lobster, a whole crayfish, then you might as well just go straight halfway down. Now these are big suckers. If you can see my hand, that is a big sucker. I'll show you the difference with the other knife in a second. So, take that to the sink and rinse him out with cold water. So, as I said, it's a cold water. Sorry. As I said, it's a cold dish, not a cold water dish like I was going to say. It's a cold dish, the lobster. Now, you see that little bit of jelly there, you can wash that out. Up in here, all that paste up in there, that's actually a sauce. This one here is that's the pooper there, right? So we don't really want that either. So if you cut it directly in half, you'll find that no worries at all. No worries at all. So you can see it's all clean in there. Now, sometimes in a restaurant, that would get cut in half and that will get served to you with all the little mushy stuff in there. Don't panic. You can eat it. It's just like a sauce, right? People eat it just like a sauce. Okay, so over there. So, for argument's sake, that can come out served to you like that. That's not gross, that's actually quite nice. We just prefer it to be washed out. Alright, so we'll wash all that out and try not to let it go down into the drain. We'll put the plug in. So, rinse him out. Now what else you could do? You're gonna go for that and eat it, aren't you? My wife's about to go for that when I'm washing out and eat it. If you could only see her right now, she's eating that and putting it in her mouth. You can see all these little bits that she wants.
Don't waste it.
Don't waste anything. No, not at the price we pay for it. This is $190 for 2 crayfish, for 2 lobster. Now, so you could actually, so if you're concerned, you could mop that up, right, and go for your next lobster, right? So once again, now actually to me, that actually feels kind of warm still. So we really don't want him to be cooking. This is going to taste absolutely delicious. How does it taste already, darling?
Delicious.
Okay.
Sweet.
Sweet
Yes.
and
Nice.
delicious.
Tender.
Here we go. So if you start in this direction, right? So we can actually use a bigger knife, right? I find it more hard, but then more hard to puncture it, then more easy to put my hand on it. So I find that easier there. But I find, how can I explain it? So this knife is good for like the point down and then pull back. This knife is really good for actually pushing down on. So you can get a lot of weight on it, right? A lot of weight. So you can see the difference there, how much easier it was with this knife compared to this knife. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Now we're going to keep washing out because our scallop needs cooking, and we're going to serve everything up. So that's the pooper again. Now what also you can do is the sauce that you're serving the lobster with. Okay, so as we're cleaning out, we're washing all that out. As you can see, there's a lot here that you could possibly eat, and my wife will pick through that in a second. If we drain him upside down, all the waters come out. Another presentation is to put your sauce in here. If you don't like the sauce that the lobster is actually producing, like this, as a dipping sauce, right? You could actually, so a lot of people like this. They like to eat that. So we wash that out. We like it all washed out. And get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Alright, and let that drain. Let that drain again. So we got 4 halves there draining. This one here, all I was doing was using that rag to mop up all those juices. I'll probably go in the wash pretty quickly. So we put this pan back on the heat and bring it back to where it was meant to be. Now that did get a little bit hot for what we wanted it to be. So we're gonna put I think our boy was in that because I had to give him chocolate. He just put his hands in his mouth and he's saying that it's hot, mummy. It's hot. He got into the chili. So we're not going to use this chili here. That chili there was just exactly to show you what we cut up on the plate, right? So that one will probably end up going back in the freezer. The butter's there. Let's let it warm up a bit. These are literally going to take 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending. So you can put your garlic in there and then you'll be able to see how hot your pan's getting. Put your butter in there and you'll see your butter melt. Right. You can also whack your chili in there. Everything's good. So how we rate a dish is we rate a dish at 1 chili, 2 chili, 3 chili, 4 chili, 5 chili. And I think that's about it in the restaurants. I think 5 chilies about it. You ever seen a 6 chili dish though? No? Maybe Mexican. I want something to stir with. Do this. So, as soon as that butter melts, what we're going to do is we're going to chuck in the scallops. Okay, so you can see it's finally melting there. Now we're going to chuck the scallops in quickly. Level everything out. Let it cook for a second. So, with gas, when you're cooking with gas, it's going to take probably 30 seconds in the pan. This is like one of those ovens, if you touch it, it goes off. So it's probably going to take about 2 minutes, about 3 times longer than what it should take. So if you understand where I'm coming from, it's not a good oven to cook with. What you want is gas. You want gas. Gas is really, really good. So if we put these lobsters on the plates, by the time we do that, we'll be ready for the scallops. Now you can see our scallops in here, they're changing colour. And I'm just going to turn that up to high now because this oven definitely needs more heat. And you can see them, they change from clear to white. Turn everything around. It's a bit upside down, but that's the other side, isn't it? So we've got 2 upside down, 2 the right way. We like to eat a lot of rice with our food. So we like to eat a lot of rice with our food. I like rice as a base food, it's very nice. But tonight, we're just going to have the seafood and the salad. So that's done. Well, I don't know if you can see that at all. Now, this one's got holes in it. Doesn't that look good? It's so yummy. It's making me hungry. But can you smell it? Hey? Can you smell it, says Gabe. And my hat off to you, man, because you rock. Can you smell it? Hey? That's his catchphrase, and what a good catchphrase it is, because all you people at home, if you can smell it, wow. Okay? It smells absolutely amazing. And I'm sure it's going to taste delicious. And we're about to find out. I'm not going to go for the scallops straight up. Hang on, I've forgot a few things, haven't I? I'm putting the creamy Caesar salad on mine, which is the Tasmanian red Kellys. Once again, we love the red Kellys. So I'm going to put that on mine. And I'm going to have some brown vinegar for my dipping sauce. So some brown vinegar in there for my lobster. And first off, what I'm going to go for, I'm going to turn my lobster over and I'm going to go for my lobster. So let's grab a bit of this sucker out of here if we can. It's like almost like pasta. You gotta twirl your fork until it cracks out. Okay, now we have some. So this is so nice to eat it like this. It's so delicious. You can taste the flavour of the whole lobster. And like I've said before, Tasmanian lobster, New Zealand lobster, crayfish, whatever you like to call it, is probably the best in the whole entire world. Now, these scallops. They're a farm scallop. They're farmed in Tasmania. And to be honest with you, like the scallops that we get from the Asian shop that is like in shells, they do not have this flavour. You won't get this flavour in a scallop from a frozen package or anything like that that has the shell in it already. This is unique, a very unique flavour. Tasmanian seafood and New Zealand seafood is the best, probably by far. I would like to say in the whole wide world, but honestly, why it tastes so nice is because all our waters are so dark and dreary down there. They're eating all the right things. To get one of these lobsters, you got to dive down into dark water. It ain't crystal clear. It ain't going to be nice and fancy and pretty. There's lots of colors because it's very dark, but it's very scary. Very, very, very scary. You know, please don't mind, I'm going to use my hands and break some more off of this. This is like a dish where you're going to get dirty. You're going to get it all over you. It's so delicious. If I was going to take my wife out, say I never met my wife and I was going to take her out for the first date, I'd never ever order lobster because look at me. I'm just in here pulling at it with my fingers. So it's going to go all over me. Lobster, crab, you don't order that on the first date. But guys, it is so delicious. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to keep going at this lobster because I don't want it to get cold, you know. It's definitely cold. The best way to eat lobster is cold. This is so delicious. That I think I cannot stop eating. So, which is a good thing. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. We will see you on the next one. This is the Tasmanian wine that was telling us about. Alright. This is the Tasmanian salad dressing was telling us about. And Ashmore's was the butter. It was telling me about the Ashmore's. The label's kind of messed up over there. We can't show you that. And the baby's crying, so we've got to go. See you on the next one.